So just to highlight an example of what this could look like, I'm going to launch this first ebook here. And so you can see that this one is titled Getting Started to Discover Agriculture, Food, and Natural Resources. The idea is that this is a teacher-facing resource, and it's intended to be used as a part of an agriculture unit within a career exploration program. Maybe that's a course for career exploration, maybe that's an after-school program, whatever the case is. Think of this as a unit of study for students to work through different activities related to careers in agriculture, food, and natural resources. Again, this is a teacher-facing document, so I'm going to highlight a few of the different pieces that are helpful to teachers as they teach this unit. First of all, notice that there are descriptions of the different applications used in this ebook. So if a teacher needs a refresher or how to be taught how to use any of these, they are there. Moving forward, notice that there is a link to a career interest and aptitude profiler survey here. There are a lot of these out there, but solid career exploration, high quality career exploration starts with giving students the opportunity to identify their interests and aptitudes and match those then with a career. Again, career exploration has more than just the zSpace activity and zSpace experience. So we want to make sure that students and teachers have the opportunity to draw on prior knowledge, just like, other high quality lessons that would be taught in the classroom. So here's an example of a teacher-facing anticipation guide to be used at the beginning of a unit. You can see I can click on it within this ebook right here, print it out if I wanted to as the teacher, download it and post it to my Canvas page or my Google Classroom page, however the teacher would prefer to do that. Again, moving forward, this next page highlights how to do the zSpace experience part of the lesson. A couple different strategies that teachers can use as they go through these activities, potentially doing things as a whole class or giving students the opportunity to do some personalized learning and choose their experience that they want to engage with. Right here talks about the different phases of the zSpace experience. There's a learn phase, an experience phase, and a research phase as students learn about careers. And then finally, here are links to all the individual lesson plans for the careers that are highlighted later on in this ebook. If I were to click on this, it will take me directly to the page with the teacher-facing and student-facing worksheets and lesson plans that will walk me through as a student or walk me through as a teacher how to engage in the zSpace experience. One of the important phases I talked about on the previous page a moment ago was research. So this page talks about our Career Coach AI, an AI chatbot that is designed to have conversations with students about different careers. It is AI powered and it has guardrails on it so that way teachers and students can ask questions to specifically talk about careers, preparing for careers, all those types of things. Again, as a resource to support teachers, here is another document that is intended to help students think about the types of questions that they might want to research further using the Career Coach AI. Similar to the opening activity, there is a closing activity, as well as recommendations for assessment opportunities, both formative and summative, as they complete the different activities in the ebook. Finally, we have some modifications and differentiation strategies. This part of the ebook, and I'll scroll through just so you can see, is very similar to what the student version of the ebook looks like. And so here's where we're actually getting into a lot of the activities and learning about different careers. So a few things I'll point out, the way this is structured. Number one is each page looks very similar to make this simple for both teachers and students. The top left has a read aloud passage that gives some context, as well as posing some sort of challenge to the student that will then launch them into their zSpace experience. As I noted a moment ago, there is a read aloud option for this story. Down here, we have some teacher instructions, again, just in an effort to make this as easy as possible for the teacher to do this activity in their class. We've got links to the lesson plans again, as well as a link to the student ebook. On the right-hand side of the page, here's really where we learn just a little bit about the career, high-level overview of what the career is. So 2-minute or less video, talking about whatever that particular career is, as well as a quick text description of that career. Finally, intended to be done after the student completes their zSpace experience, there are some reflection questions for the students to think about what they did. The ebooks are really intended to be sort of a one-stop shop for teachers. If I'm going to teach a unit in agriculture and I want to highlight a variety of careers, this is a way where I can see a variety of careers all in one place without having to dig through lots of different lesson plans to find what I'm trying to find. This presents an organized way for teachers and students to engage with the content.